Hey guys, my name is Azuree and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine for 2020. The first thing I do is I start by doing my eyebrows. I brush through them with the Anastasia eyebrow brush just to get them ready for the product. I then go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color dark brown, and I just start by outlining my natural brow. I tend to make my brows bigger than what they actually are because that's just my preference. I like a thicker brow. So now I'm just going back in with the product and I'm going to be filling in the remainder of my brow. I use hair-like strokes and then I go back in with the spoolie and just brush everything out to make sure everything is just blended together. After I finish filling in my brows, it's time to conceal, so I go in with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Tan Sand, and I just outline the bottom of my brow, and then after I outline it, I'm gonna just blend everything together. Now, when it comes to the top of my brows, I do something a little different. I don't use the concealer. I use whatever foundation or CC cream I'm deciding to use for that day. So today I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics CC cream in the color Rich. And the reason I do this is because I like the top of my brow to look more natural. Like, as you can see, the CC cream is blending into my skin perfectly. And then I like the bottom of my brow to have that highlighted effect. So that's why I tend to use the foundation color on the top instead of the concealer. And for primer today, I'm going to be using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This is my all-time favorite primers. It's really hydrating, and I have really dry skin, so that's a plus. And it also just makes everything just stick to your face, and that's what I like. Next, I'm going back in with my CC cream on a damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to be blending that into my skin. Depending on how much coverage I want for when I'm doing my makeup, I usually do 1 pump to 1.5 pumps, but I'd say that this CC cream is pretty full coverage, so you really don't need that much. So now I'm going to be concealing under my eyes, along the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, and my forehead, as well as a little bit on my chin. And after I apply my concealer, I like to let it dry down a little bit for like a minute or two, just so that it blends easier into the skin and it gives me a better look overall. Also put this on my eyes just so that my eyes have a base for whatever eye look I decide to do for the day. To set that, I go in with the Mercier translucent powder, and I don't really bake anymore. I used to. So now what I do is I take the powder and I just press it into my skin until you can't see it anymore. And I do this on all the places that I concealed, so under my eyes, on my nose, my forehead, and on my chin. set my face, I go in with the Mercier translucent powder in medium deep. I really like this powder. I love the color. I love it. Kind of brings life to my face because sometimes I feel like I can look a little washed out because of my foundation color. So this just brings back a little bit of color so that I'm not too pale. So now I use the Fenty stalk'r bronzer in the color Caramel Cutie. I don't really contour my face. I don't know. I just never really actually tried to, but I do like using bronzer because it also brings me color back into my face, and I really love this bronzer. So like I said before, I don't really contour, but I do like having that contour effect. So sometimes what I like to do is go back in with the Mercier translucent powder and just give the illusion that I contoured when I actually didn't. And I think this does a pretty good job at doing that, giving me that look. And after I do this, I go back in with just a little bit of the Mercier translucent powder in the medium deep just to brush everything away. So now I'm just going to contour my nose. I'm just using the same bronzer that I used on my face earlier. So the reason I'm going in so aggressively with this powder brush is because I noticed that I made a line on my nose that I didn't really like. It looked kind of too harsh, so I'm just going back in, making sure that I'm blending that out so that I don't have any harsh lines on my nose. I usually don't go in this aggressive with this powder brush, but that's why I did that. I'm just going back in with the powder brush just to make sure that everything is nice and blended on my forehead, because I noticed again that the way I put the bronzer on was a little bit too harsh, so I'm just going back and blending that all out. But next, what I like to do is spray the Morphe setting spray on my face, and then I take my beauty blender and I just press it into my skin. This makes my makeup last longer while also helping to blend things that I may not have gotten with a brush. And I love doing this. I set my face more than once with setting spray when I'm doing my makeup. This is just how I do it the first time. Now comes my favorite part, highlighting. I love highlighter. The highlighter I'm using today is the Juvias Place loose highlighter. This has been one of my favorites for a while now. It's just so pretty. It's so golden. The undertones are really pretty. And I love highlighting my face. This is my favorite part of my makeup routine, getting to add highlighter. I like to add the highlighter to the tip of my nose as well as the bridge. I also love putting it on my Cupid's bow, and then later I'm going to go back in and apply it to the high points of my cheeks. Next, I'm going to work on the eyes. So sometimes I do eyeshadow and sometimes I don't. Today, I just decided to use my bronzer again as my lid color. I think this gives me like a little bit of color so that my eyes don't look too bright with the rest of my face being bronzed. And I tend to do this a lot, actually, use this bronzer as my eye color. And I think it comes out really nicely. So to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, I go in with the Thrive Cosmetic Brilliant Eye Brightener, and I believe this is in the color Stella. So I use this as like kind of a base because I do go back in with the Juvias Place highlighter and I apply that to the top, over top of the Thrive Cosmetics Eye Brightener. I do go back in with the Juvias Place highlighter and I just put a little bit under my brow bone. Be setting my face again with the Morphe setting spray. Now, depending on how I'm feeling for the day, I either go in with false lashes or I just wear mascara. So today I'm just going in with the Back Bang mascara from Benefit. This is my favorite mascara. I used to love the Better Than Sex one, but I don't know, I kind of like this one a little bit better. So when I'm not feeling like putting on lashes, I'll just wear this mascara. So now what I'm doing is just going in with a Q-tip just to clean like any foundation or powder that's gotten on my lips, so that when I put on my lip color, it can just be on my lips and I won't have any of like that extra product. So for my lips today, I'm first starting out with the NYX lip liner in the color Urban Cafe. I just take the lip liner and I line around the bottom of my lips, and then I do the top, and then after I get the line how I want it, I guess, I just use my finger to blend it out so that everything looks blended on my lips, and I don't want to have like just like a brown line around my lips, so that's why I tend to go in and just blend everything out with my finger before applying whichever gloss I'm going to be wearing for the day. So one of the glosses I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the color Stone. This color is so pretty. These lip glosses are really nice. They smell really good and they're super hydrating, and my lips feel amazing when I'm wearing these. I'm just going to add a little bit of the NYX Butter Gloss in the color Fortune Cookie to the center of the lips, just to lighten it just a little bit. I also love these glosses. They smell good and they're really hydrating, and all of the colors that I have are really pretty, but this one I think it has to be my favorite. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching my everyday makeup routine. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment, please like, please subscribe. I really appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.